Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your host Cameron live with special guest Mary LaLone and performances by Faddy Datty and Ananamiss.
Thank you so much. Thank you all so very much. Welcome. I love you too. Welcome back to episode 2, season 2 of Late on Cable 8. We have a lot in store for you guys. I'm looking forward to it. But let's start, as we always do, the news. Woo! So first off, we have George Mason University. Now, this university is in the year 2030, apparently, and we are still in the year 1982. So they have a bunch of new little robots that are feeding lazy college students. So, these robots will deliver food, Starbucks, Pizza Hut, whatever you want, they'll give it to you. And for the stinking low price of $1.99. I mean, that's less than Uber Eats. That's less than Uber Eats. Less than Uber Eats. Anyways, now this is sounding a lot like WALL-E. If I remember correctly, they're in the big spaceship, and all these little robots would just feed them food. I don't know. It's starting somewhere. It's got to start somewhere. I think it's starting at George Mason University, personally. Next story. So new year, new Oscars, or people who will not be attending the Oscars. Unfortunately, I will not be there. There's pain in that statement. Moving to Big Chungus. So, who will not be attending the Oscars along with me? Bradley Cooper from A Star is Born will not be attending, unfortunately. That was a really great film, but there was not a star born in that. It wasn't good enough, I guess. Oh. 8th Grade was left out for Best Original Screenplay. Everyone thought it was going to make it, but it didn't. Unfortunately, I'm just saying. Emily Blunt in Mary Poppins and A Quiet Place. I saw that movie. Terrifying, absolutely terrifying. I couldn't sleep for a long time. Oh my Lord. And so she's the wife of John Krasinski, and unfortunately, she didn't get a Dundie. What? She didn't get a Dundie. If I was in charge, the awards would be a little bit different. Now, this is new to me. This is brand new news. A dark horse, The Fracturer, has come on for Best Screenplay. They made it. It's awesome. One of us have made it beyond. Fantastic work, you guys. All right. Snowfall in Pullman. Now, last week, we had quite a bit of snowfall on the ground. There's still some of it outside. It is frozen over. It's basically ice that you can throw at your friends. I have done that. They don't like it that much. Don't do it. Oh, what can I say? So, now, the snow isn't just here. It's all across the country. It's stretched so far as Niagara Falls. Niagara Falls is so cold, it's completely frozen. The falls have stopped falling. They have stopped doing what their namesake is. It's unreal. So geologists are not quite sure when it's going to unfreeze. The park doesn't know when it's going to unfreeze, so it may be there till summertime. But what they have said is, please don't skate too close to the edge. It's dangerous. The more you know. The more you know. I can't argue with facts. That is a prominent PSA. An American was arrested in Russia. Okay, so they were arrested for having an incorrect USB. Now, they were at a Russian wedding, and they were trying to get just some regular wedding photos, some really nice stuff, I'm sure. But they misplaced their USB and grabbed the wrong one, and they ended up with a USB full of Russian state secrets. Some stuff, some very secret stuff that I'm sure Russia would not like you to know, or like us to know. So, the Russians found him. They took the USB from him. I'm not quite sure if they ever gave him back his USB. I think they just kept that and said, nice wedding photos. And they just kept playing them on their website or something like that. Anyway, so they decided to repay him by giving him 20 years in a gulag. No. It's an easy mix-up, but it happened, and we wish him the very best of luck. We'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen.
Hi everyone, welcome to the Cable 8 Archive segment. My name is Adam Carlson and I'm another cast member from Late on Cable 8. Today we'll be looking at something that was published a bit more recently in 2012, a show called Escaping Ever After. It's a drama show featuring fictional fairy tale creatures, dope effects, and an original soundtrack. It was directed by Malia Jurek and produced by Michelle Kalman. Check it out.
Previously on Escaping Ever After.
We've got to do something about her.
Interesting book. She'll some news for me.
Hello, dear.
The Queen can be very persuasive. Ariana will bend to her will.
I could give you another way out. Come on. Just one bite.
Ariana!
I know where the book is.
Why does Jill need the book? The brothers wrote themselves into the book. That's why they lived so long.
With Prince Henry here, things have to be done carefully.
Isn't that really cool? A silly, romantic, dramatic show entirely unique to Cable 8. Since then, Malia Jurek has been working as an editor in LA ever since her first year after graduating from Wazoo. She's even worked on reality shows like Dance Moms and Real Housewives. Now that is a lot of fierce females. I hope to be screamed at by Abby Lee Miller one day. Anyway, thank you for joining me, and I will catch you on the flip side.
And we are back. We are back with some more news. Back at it again. All right, straight off the bat. So the Space Force. I don't know how many people have heard of it, but this was something that Trump wanted to do near the beginning of his presidency. He wanted to create a Space Force so that Americans would be the first people with a military branch in space. That didn't take off, so Netflix decided, we'll take it, and now they're going to make a TV show out of this, starring Steve Carell. Yes, it is going to be amazing. Steve Carell. I've said his name wrong 4 times already. Okay, Steve Carell. Thank you for that. So, now this show will be following the life of a military personnel in space. It's supposed to be a comedy. It's going to be Scott in space. So it's basically going to be NASA meeting The Office. It's an amazing combination. I'm going to be up all night thinking about it. That's what she said. Because you know what Michael says all the time. Anyway, so also, I was a space janitor once, so if you need anyone, just call me. You have my number. Send me a text, please, and thank you. So a 6-year-old woman was stopped in the airport stopped at security. Now this was a reason that I would never have guessed in 10 million years. This was never on my mind, but she was stopped shortly after walking through security, walking very awkwardly, kind of doing this weird shuffle thing. So after security confronted her, they found that she had 24 gerbils in plastic bags on her legs. This is a new version of G-Force that just no one knew about. This is the next level. So she said that they were for a friend, and that friend has a high demand for just gerbils in general. Police believe that this was a smuggling ring sending a scout through security just to see what they could get away with. Apparently, 23 gerbils would have made it, but 24 was one too many. So, stay ready, ladies and gentlemen. Wonderful. All right, so a study reveals that gender and height determine life expectancy. Also, exercise is good for you. That's not a news story. Moving forward. So Brexit. The United Kingdom is leaving the European Union. Absolutely bonkers. It's happening right now as we speak, since they're quite a few hours ahead of us. So, will a deal be struck between the UK and Europe? No one really knows at the moment. Your Meat decided to edit a video of a negotiation by a government official. Please watch.
The withdrawal agreement was agreed with the UK government, with the EU 27. It's now on the table. It's not open for negotiation, and we expect the United Kingdom to tell us what they want, what they really, really want.
Yes, so that is correct. The government official was actually heard quoting the Spice Girls song, Wanna Be. I know. I know. CBS decided to reject an ad about medical marijuana. Now, so the company, excuse me if I mess this up, I'm going to do my best. The Acreage Holiday Cannabis Cultivation Company. Woo! Yes, so this ad had testimonials about all the benefits of medical marijuana. So, medical marijuana. So, they showed a lot of really heart-touching testimonials about people with all these different ailments that were healed through this, right? It was a great commercial. You can look it up on YouTube if you want to. So CBS, never heard of this rule before, but CBS has a rule where they do not currently accept cannabis-related ads. Okay, so you guys won't show those ads because, wait, no, I get it. So you guys are okay with showing people getting their heads bashed in, legs broken, and all sorts of CTE, right? Yeah, that's okay though, right? Yeah. Am I right on that? Yeah. All right. I don't know. I don't know. But that's all we have for the news tonight. We'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen.
What's going on? Probably just my roommates being loud again. Nothing spooky. No. Definitely nothing spooky. Oh! Okay. I'm gonna go out and look. Probably just Jeff. I'll go out and look. Everything's fine. You hear something?
Yeah. Was it you?
No. You think it's just Jeff making noise?
Yeah, probably. I think I'm gonna go back to bed.
Okay, me too. Why are you still hiding behind your door?
Oh, I'm not wearing any pants. And ghost or not, I don't want you to see me in my underwear.
Fair enough. Night.
Night.
Okay, now that is creepy. Cut it out, Jeff. Jeff?
Were you rattling my doorknob?
What? No. I thought Jeff was rattling mine. But either way, enough is enough. I've heard rumors that this place is haunted. This prank is not funny. It's hitting too close to home. I think we have to do something.
Hey guys, what's up?
Oh my God, so he was here, but I was...
Wait. What happened?
Well, we thought you were pranking us, but I guess our place is actually haunted?
Haunted? I mean, I've heard those old rumors too, but Don't be silly. Our place is not haunted. It's probably just the wind. Good night.
He left the light on.
Crap.
So, you gonna turn it off, or... Not it.
Man, I'm naked. You know I'm not doing that.
You said you were just wearing pants.
Well, now I'm wearing nothing.
When did you change?
Don't worry about it. Just turn off the light.
Don't worry about it. Fine. Wish me luck.
Good luck, man.
I am never doing that again. I will pay the electricity bill if I have to. Never again.
Hey. Do you see something over there?
Where?
By the couch.
Nope. Night. The ghosts can't get me when I'm under my blankets. Nope. A ghost can only get you when you're in the open and exposed. But not me. I am under my blankets. I have my little blankets. You've got to be kidding me.
I'm going to assume that wasn't you again.
Are you seriously asking me that? Clearly it was not me.
Hey, wait a second. What if this ghost just wants to play a video game with us?
What are you on, bro?
Oh, come on, think about it. The rattling doorknobs, the console turning on.
You are wearing pants.
Dude, we have a ghost in our house of the living. And you're worried about pants?
Hey y'all! Well, it's dark in here. A little late to be playing Xbox, but I respect it.
Hey, we're pretty sure there's a ghost in our house.
Cool. Tell me how that goes. Night, fellas.
Night.
Night.
If you want to play a game, turn on the lights. Most definitely haunted.
You want to get a dub?
This is the weirdest thing ever.
Yeah, I bet he's better than you at Fortnite.
So our guest tonight is a volunteer for the Guide Dogs for the Blind, an amazing organization we have here on campus. Please welcome Mary LaLone. Oh my gosh, she is adorable. Okay, so tell us a little bit more about you and your dog.
So this is Sunkissed. She's just about 9 months old, and she has been in training for about 7 months now.
Okay.
She's a pretty good girl. She really likes sleeping. That's her favorite activity.
Same, I love it. I absolutely love it. Oh.
She's very sweet. She's actually a golden lab cross.
Yeah.
So single crosses have the short coats like labs, and double crosses would have, you know, the golden coat that you would typically see.
Yeah.
So that's why she's so soft, because she's got a little golden in her.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Okay, well, we're gonna head right on up here. Oh, I need one. I need a dog now. I'm gonna I'm just gonna get one somehow, some way. All right, wonderful. Cool. So, what is your year and what is your major? Let's just get right to it.
So I am a double political science and German major, and this is my 3rd year, but I'm headed into my first senior semester.
Nice. I'm sure you're enjoying Wazoo. So how did you get started into this volunteer program?
It started my freshman year. It was fall. I was doing way too much Chem 105 homework and decided that I needed to do something else with my life. So I looked at the RSO master list they have online, and I put in dogs, and this is what came out.
Wonderful.
So yeah, it wasn't necessarily what exactly I was looking for, but it's been quite a blessing. I've loved volunteering for the organization.
Awesome. How big is the organization while we're there?
Our local branch of the organization, our club, is anywhere from 20 to 40 members, depending on the time of year, or summer we get a lot smaller. But the organization at large has thousands of volunteers who work across most of Western United States. We have 2 primary campuses in Boring, Oregon, and San Rafael, California.
Okay.
And the campus is really a campus. It's where the dogs go for their formal education, as well as usually where they're born. They're all born in the San Rafael campus and then transferred across this part of the country.
Got you. And you said formal education. What is that?
Yeah, so they have a set of skills that they're expected to know by the time they go to formal education. And then at formal, that's when they learn the guide-specific things. So what I'll teach Sunkist is how to sit, how to down, staying with distractions, not eating food off the floor, or chasing squirrels or other dogs, those prey drive things. We teach them not to do those things, and then once they go to formal, that's when they'll learn how to guide, how to up curb, how to continue on, how to pull in a harness, which is something that we don't teach them, as well as some other socialization behaviors.
Wonderful. All right, so what is your guys' mission statement?
So I might butcher this, but Guide Dogs looks to empower partnerships between dogs, people, and communities. So they're really looking to make it possible for visually impaired people to become a greater member of their community than they already are, as well as educating the public and making the dogs a part of the community as well.
Nice. And you as a trainer, what are your responsibilities? What do you do as a trainer?
We do a lot of trial and error. We do a lot of socialization behaviors. So when we first get the dogs at around 8 to 10 weeks, they don't really do a lot other than stay in the house and try not to pee on the floor. And once they get older, we start to socialize them into more challenging scenarios. So we might start with 10 minutes at the park where we just sit on a bench, or we would go, in and out of a Starbucks, not really staying there for any length of time. And then eventually they get all the way up to where they can walk through a fairgrounds, or, next to pens with animals in them. My family at home has lots of animals, so when she was really young, she didn't go there, but now that she's older, she can handle more distractions. So that's really a lot of what we do. We do a lot of good work, but a lot of it is making sure the dog has a really diverse set of experiences so that when they go out into the world to guide, they don't come across anything they haven't seen before.
Okay, that makes sense. And speaking of distractions, we're on a college campus where literally everyone loves dogs. I can't imagine people just walking by. So what would you tell a person who wants to interact with your dog, who is being trained or who is on the job? What do you tell them?
I would tell them to look at the vest first.
Okay.
There are, and I can only speak for, my experience as a raiser, our club, because different organizations might have different rules, but really the best thing that you can do is ask the person holding the leash. They're gonna know what the rules are. They're gonna know if the puppy is comfortable enough in the situation to handle a greeting. They're gonna know what the dog, maybe if they're feeling anxious today, or if, something's gone wrong and they don't know what's happening. So the handler is really gonna be able to tell you whether or not you should pet or approach an animal that you think might be a service animal. For our dogs specifically, we ask that people in general don't pet them, especially if we're on our way to class or if we're kind of scurrying along. It can be very detrimental to, our schedule as well as, the dog's learning if a billion people, because you're right, college campus,
Yeah,
there are what,
exactly.
like 22,000 people here. It would be very detrimental if every day we got 1,000 questions, hey, can I pet your dog? But on the other sense, there are definitely appropriate times where you can go up to a raiser and ask, hey, you know, is now a good time for me to pet your dog? And they might say no, and you have to kind of be okay with that. But in some occasions, like earlier today, they'll say yes, and it's more than just letting the human pet the dog. It's actually a great training experience for the dog themselves, because unfortunately, while they're guiding, although we ask and we educate about please don't pet animals while they're actively working, sometimes people do, unfortunately, either don't know the rules or forget the rules and pet animals while they're actively working. And if you're visually impaired, you can't see that that's happening.
Yeah.
So we have to train the dogs to be able to be pet calmly and confidently without losing focus. So in some instances, it can be very helpful to a trainer, but I would say just ask.
Just ask. All right. And at the beginning of this, you mentioned the vest. So why is the vest and proper identification so important to the dog?
There are a couple of different reasons, and actually in the United States we don't require service animals to wear vests.
Okay.
So kind of an important piece of PSA that I always like to give is just because an animal isn't vested doesn't mean it's not a service animal. A lot of people do opt to purchase their animals service attire that says, oh, this is a service animal, oh, don't touch this dog, but it's not required. So any dog that you see, and I know this might sound silly, but you should treat it as if it might be a working dog and just ask. For us, the vests are very important for identification purposes in the sense that service animals in training are not protected under the American Disabilities Act, which is the law that protects service animals in public places as well as private places. So Sunkist legally can only go where she's allowed by the owner of the property.
Oh.
So when we go to Walmart and they say no pets, our local Walmart has agreed to let us have the dogs in that place.
Okay.
So if anyone asks, if they're like, hey, I know this, you know, it's service animal in training, but I have an allergy, or my kid's here and I'm worried about it, we have to leave, which is absolutely fair. So the vests are important for us as an identification marker, because otherwise she might be confused for a real service animal that's actively working. So that's why it says puppy in training on all like 4 sides, so that if people want to ask us to leave, they can easily identify that she's not a working service animal and know that they have the right to.
Got you. And how would somebody get into the organization of volunteering for blind dogs? How do you do that?
There are a couple of different ways. Being on a college campus, you can kind of just show up. The schedule is regularly posted on KookSync, which is where most WC students would find the information for that. But if you're looking to join, because they have clubs all over the place, if you're looking to join, you know, back in your hometown, what you can do is there's an online resource that tells you all the clubs that are in your area, as well as there's a hotline that you can call that just tells you when your local club meeting is, and then they can direct you to that. I think that on the west side of the state, I live like the furthest away from any club at like a point in Washington, and it's only like 45 minutes.
Oh, okay.
So we have a lot of clubs on the west side of Washington.
Wow. And do they all go with the university, or are they independent sometimes?
No, so actually universities are one of the more rare forms of our clubs. We do a lot of smaller clubs. You know, we're talking maybe 10 to 20 people that locate in, you know, a large city. So there are, I think, 3 or 4 clubs around the Seattle area, as well as clubs in Gig Harbor and clubs down to Vancouver, and I think there's also one in Olympia. So clubs kind of pop up here and there. Usually, sometimes they'll start at high schools is a big one. 4-H is what a lot of people start getting involved with Guide Dogs to the Blind. But people do this at all ages.
Nice.
So it's really an all-around volunteer opportunity.
Awesome. Do you have any events coming up that people could just come to, just to see the dogs, just to learn a little bit more about it?
Yeah, so if you're interested, we do have meetings every Monday at 7 in Ensminger Pavilion. We're not doing any formal events at the moment, just as a constraint on time, but every once in a while we do have Mom's Weekend events, so keep an eye out for that if it does happen this year. And yeah, if you want to come to a meeting, everyone is more than welcome to come and hang out. And your first meeting, you usually don't get to handle the dogs very much, but you can start to learn, start to get into it. It takes about a semester to get to the place where you can sit, but at least for me, it was genuinely worth the wait.
Awesome, awesome. Do you have any social media you want to shout out, anything like that you just want to broadcast to any of our viewers right now?
I don't personally have any social media, but I want to say a huge thank you to Josie for inviting me on the show. And if you want to go follow her Twitter, that'd be great.
Josie's Twitter is fire. I want to give a round of applause just for Josie's Twitter. Just for Josie's Twitter. Wonderful. And with that, now we have a new thing that we started last week where we asked the audience on Twitter, same Twitter, please tell us or send us your favorite cute pet picture, your own pet. And so we had to choose a winner. It was very difficult. It was not easy, but we got there. We finally got there. So the winner of this week's challenge is Callista Bean of Coney the Cat. It's absolutely adorable, little sleeping fuzzball right there. Woo!
What a cutie!
Love it, love it, love it. He's so sweet and adorable. And I just want to thank you, Mary, for showing up. Thank you for taking time out of your day. Thank you, Sunkiss. Yes! Thank you so much for spending your time with us.
Thank you so much.
We'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen.
Welcome, department heads, to the meeting that we're about to start soon. Whew, is it a little hot in here for anyone? Toasty. Okay, so let's get started. Stu Geller. Right, so with the working capital ratio on the rise, we should be able to fund the new remodel of the production floor. Now, I know this stuff might not be very exciting for all of you guys, but as department heads, these monthly meetings are very important.
Not very exciting. I've been to Nutcracker museums more exciting than this.
I am so excited for Paul to bring home our new puppy. I can't wait to meet him. I guess I gotta start thinking of names.
And it's super duper hot in here, guys. Okay, right, like I said, we're here for one reason and one reason only, so I know that each and every one of you in your departments has been soaring and doing good things.
Man, this drawing of Stu's chest hair as a rampaging zombie is pretty good. I bet I could draw anything. Like a giant Renaissance painting of all my family and friends and co-workers together.
Oh, down beside your red firelight. Oh, won't you give it all you got, fat bottom girls? You make the rockin' world go round.
Ava.
What? Oh, sorry, Stu. What were you saying?
I was asking if you have the data about the company, you know, the advertising clicks, the best performing products on the website, you know, that kind of stuff.
I really was listening. I have a song stuck in my head, you know, one of those earworms.
It's all right. Thank you. Oh, this is interesting. It looks like our large chain links have been the most popular, while the small ones were...
Man, oh man, what should I name that cute pup? Spot? No, he's just brown. No spots there. Max? No, that's too cliche. Clifford? No, that's too big and red of a name to live up to.
This is exciting stuff, guys. Like, why are we here? We're here for one reason only. Chain links. That's why we're here, guys, right? We're trying to sell these chain links, okay? We're all here. We agree that we got this job, okay? Has that always been that bright? Jeez.
I literally cannot believe he's still talking. It's been 15 minutes of the non-stop Stu show.
But their beauty and their style went kinda smooth after a while.
Take me to them dirty ladies every time.
Did he just hear me?
Hi. Hello? Really seems like none of you are paying attention to me. I know I'm just a numbers guy, but I really need your numbers. I mean, that's the purpose of all of this. And you guys are being really rude by ignoring me. I mean, I went through the trouble of making this PowerPoint, and like, if you would just concentrate and focus, like, we would get done a lot faster.
Sorry, Stu. I'll pay attention.
I'll be better about it, sorry.
Riley, Jackson. I know this administrative stuff can be really boring, but you gotta do it. I mean, that's why we're here, that's why we're meeting. You know, as a whole, the business has been doing great.
How should I pose Jackson? I feel like he would look good in an Aristotle in the School of Athens type thing. Let me see.
Dog names. How about Jeff Sessions? Maybe Due Process? Mafia. WikiLeaks. Los Angeles. Bitcoin. Marinara. Zamboni? No. I'm getting ahead of myself.
Take you on that vacation and maybe we'll get some nice holiday bonuses. Who knows? Who stinking knows? Still hot, guys. Still freaking hot. Whew. Feel like I could connect more with you guys if my shoes just came off.
Now I got mortgages on homes, I got stiffness in my bones, ain't no beauty queen in this provincially, no, in this locality. I tell you.
I don't know if I can take this anymore.
Stu, you are a great and really smart guy, but you are a terrible public speaker. I feel like I'm in Ferris Bueller's Day Off. No offense, but get hit by a bus.
Yeah, Jackson, that was a little harsh. Sure, this is one of the most boring meetings of my life, but you don't have to be mean about it.
I don't know, Sophia. Maybe we should consider switching up who runs the meetings every month. Maybe then I wouldn't have to sing an entire Queen song in my head instead of listening to the reports.
Guys, check out this awesome drawing that I made of us.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's me.
What are you doing?
I think so.
It actually looks pretty good.
Woo! Wonderful! All right, so as you all well know, we here on Late on Cable 8 love to have local artists come and perform for us. It's a great way for them to get their name out, and they sound fantastic all the time. So, tonight we have two very, very special guests to us, especially here at Cable 8. Our first guest is a fantastic songwriter, a fantastic singer as well, of course, and just so happens to be the president of Cable 8. Amazing. Yes. And so she will be accompanied by Faddy Datty, Pullman's own Post Malone. It's going to be amazing. Please watch. They'll be debuting their song, Parents. Enjoy, ladies and gentlemen.
Or throw it way back. I set the mood just like the roof inside the Maybach. It's so fresh and so clean, I wanna taste that. Dive in like I'm looking for a needle in your haystack. Let's hide out and vibe out, and yo, let's ride out. I'll have you feeling like you flying with the white cloud. What's up with your brain? I'ma ease your mind now. Don't worry about a thing, it'll be alright now. I could take you places, show you faces that you never seen. Pull a shot and take it, don't you chase it when you with a fiend. Roll one up and face it, don't be basic. This is just the train and know that you could take it. Don't be changing like the autumn leaves. Making love so audibly, sometimes it get hard to see. Take a break from going deep to stuff the blunt with extra cheese. The haze is real inside the place, so now it's getting hard to breathe. All I know is roll it up and burn it to align my cheek.
Way to watch me come undone, 'cause you're the best thing that I've ever loved.
When When I least expect you pop up on me like the gaslight. Don't know where you been, I could've used your presence last night. Playing hard to get, I don't expect you to act right. Coming through it too, cause your friends don't know that you mine, right? What's your favorite color? Let me know, I'll paint the sky. One way or another, I'm gonna see you smile tonight. You got my heart inside your palm, I hope you treat it right. Don't wanna end up like the others in your past life. Baby, what you doing to me? You got my number, wish you call me like they do in movies. That loving ooey gooey, why you try fooling me? You know I'm Sherlock and I see through tomfoolery. That ain't cool to me. Let's find a place to go where Edward Snowden doesn't know. You take me to a gangster's paradise like Coolio. Scotty too hottie the way I'm rocking your body. I'm like Grandmaster Sexy the way I ride you like a Harley.
By thread to watch me come undone, because you're the best thing that I've ever loved. They say that you is just wasted time, but I won't waste this love of mine. No, I won't waste this love of mine.
Yeah. Hey.
Now, if you would like to hear them, they're on iTunes, Apple Music, Spotify, SoundCloud. You can find them on any of those platforms.
Yep.
Also, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for watching. Thank you, audience. I appreciate you all for sticking through all of this. Thank you, cast. Thank you, crews. Thank you, staff in the back. We love each and every one of you guys. Now, you guys have one more song for us, correct?
Yes, sir.
Wonderful. So they will be performing Cashier. Good night, everyone.
Yeah. Oh, it's the one. Thank you for sitting through our first take. Y'all the best.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
It was super good.
It's Ananamiss.
And FD.
And FD. Come on, you know us. You know where to find us. I love you. Okay. Yeah. Hey. I'm acting like a cashier, collecting all these payments. The price is going up, so catch me while you could pay it. Take a ride with me, baby, we could smoke one by the waves. Hop up into this Mercedes, I'ma meet you round the way. You say it's getting late, we should head back to my place. And if you wanna stay the night, then I guess we could share the bed. I'ma slip into your head, investigate just like the feds. I'ma have you saying stuff you say you never said. Like, summertime fine, I'm just cruising through the city. Let's take a trip, I'll bring the mood if you just bring the sticky. The kids don't care about themselves, and why the hell would we? The kids don't care about themselves, and why the hell should we? Backward in the neighborhood, I really don't care about 30,000 feet up, trying to get on out of here. I need the wind in my hair and an 808 to my snare. Some say it's impossible, I just say it's rare. Pour a little Henny if you plan to travel with me. We going to the dark side to say what's up to Whitney. It's okay if you scared, no, I'm passing you to Yoshi. I shoot my shot and knock it down. Kobe. I'm acting like a cashier, collecting all these payments. The price is going up, so catch me while you could pay it. Take a ride with me, baby, we can smoke one by the waves. Hop up into this Mercedes, I'ma meet you round the way. You say it's getting late, we should head back to my place. And if you wanna stay the night, then I guess we could share the bed. I'ma slip into your head, investigate just like the feds. I'ma have you saying stuff you say you never said, like,
ooh, baby, you got honey lips from the sweetest nectar, and I think we should say goodnight to the sun together. Ooh, baby,
yeah. Hey.
These idyllic nights will last forever, and I think you'll frame us over the favorite picture. Italy, Patty, Greece, let's go. Shift it into 6 so we can ride it real slow. You might lose some, but you'll win some. And maps aren't meant for reading.
Okay.
So I say that it's time for us to start leaving.
I'm acting like cashier collecting all these payments. The price is going up, so catch me while you can pay it. Take a ride with me, baby, we can smoke one by the waves. Hop up into this Mercedes, I'ma meet you round the way. You say it's getting late, we should head back to my place. And if you wanna stay the night, then I guess we can share the bed. I'ma slip into your head, investigate just like the feds. I'ma have you saying stuff you say you never said, like that's it. We did that. Hey.